Peace, power, and love. Humam Abdulmalik with Blackanized and International Nubian conscious chess move once again before the sun comes up on the day, on the beginning of a new day, on the beginning of a new way, when this corporation want to take us back into when America was great. Want to take us back there when America was great. That concept spoken into existence from an ideology and a mindset that never had America in a standing of greatness. The only time that America was in a standing of greatness is when we were in harmony and peace, before these people came with the nature of a beast and took us out of that harmony and peace. Good morning, my sister. It's like these people in their demonic mindset or mentality think harmony and peace is when they control people or take from people, or it's a misconception. I mean, sometimes we we be all right, but the system is like oppressive or repressive because of the ideology behind it. The classism, the racism, or when the story or the history that they have shown us, or that's on TV, if you just look at it and review it, is how can it be great when we were separated in the way we were? They didn't even want us to come in the same door they walked through, or sit at the same seat or bar or whatever that we did. I mean, how was it great when there was no equality, no justice? I want to say good morning to all those that's tuning in, and Assalamu alaikum, Hotep, Ashe, Hallelujah, Alhamdulillah, Assalamu alaikum. I want to, invite us all into the same dining room, or the same table of some understanding. I want the youth. I want our young brothers. I want the Christians, the Muslims, the Jew, the Hebrew. I want everybody in a concept of melanated. This here, us got to come together, and we gotta, we definitely got to unify, organize, and develop an infrastructure in this day and time, in this moment, because this brother Joseph S. Molaski, he made a mistake. America has always been great. Get over yourself. So it's oppressive. Apparently you have a computer and the internet and aren't homeless. So how many people do you let in your house in a middle class? And I am a middle class white male. I am okay with discussing the world. I have no hate for anyone. That's good, Mr. Molaski. See, you talk about America always been great, when it may be great for you and your lineage of your ancestors, because your greatness depends on the hostility that you or your lineage from the past have done to people of color around the world. That, see, you suffer from this thing called social narcotics, white supremacy, and institutionalized racism. And I'm glad that you're communicating. I'm glad that you're looking. And I have no problem either, but I'm not going to get into a debate with you at the moment. But you just sit back and listen and digest as I regurgitate what's in my chambers in the pyramids of my mind, according to the divine lineage that's in my bloodline, according to my ancestors that had harmony and peace. Your ancestors never had no harmony and peace. From the pilgrims, from the caves that you come from the Niagara type mentality, genome prototype that's in your bloodline. See, and then the sunlight is the natural sunlight is your enemy. Nature is your enemy. So, my brother, thank you so very much for interjecting. America is great, or its greatness, when it ever have been great, has come from us as a people, from melanated people, from the so-called, what y'all call, with your his lies. Your story is not his story. Your story is based on distortion and untruth from the Vatican, from London, and from here. See, these cobble states, this corporation of England, which is America, is nothing but that. And see, people with the mentality like you and your buddy Trump and all that cabinet that he got is the mentality that is this mentality of deception and his lies about multimillionaires or billionaires coming together, forming a coalition of what? What type of mission is these billionaires on? Huh? Ask yourself that. Mr. Molaski, it seems like you from Sweden or somewhere. I don't know where you're from, but it don't make a difference. But see, the truth is the light, and the darkness that you might be living in with your concepts of America is great. A lot of people might believe that. It ain't. I'm saying its greatness is not in being great. Its greatness is in being part of the deception of perpetration of control, from capitalism all the way to imperialism. Its greatness is in always taking something from somebody all over the world, all out throughout time, from the Hyssopes, from the Greeks, from the Romans, all the way up until now, till you came over here from England and did what you did and took it from us here, kill us off, and then send us somewhere from here, then go to Africa and come out of Africa, all based on so-called is great, based on the Vatican sanctioning captivity, sanctioned slavery, according to God, to your God, ain't the God God, and you turn it around as dog. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. A different perception from a different persuasion is so welcome. But yeah, America is they're trying to take it back to where it's great and stuff like that. Oh boy, then we got another person in here. That's Mountain Braun. Your greatness is getting beyond your answers and ignorance to make something out of yourself and your sacrifice to help others. Oh, he said, man, I appreciate these. I don't know who y'all are, but it's a good day today. I got people in here that, is counterbalance. You need a counterbalance, in concepts of life, but I'm not going to let y'all persuade me to, or sway me into a one-on-one dialogue. Oh boy, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much, Mr. Molaski and Mr. Bond, whatever. It sound like you a Jew or German. And Miss Kalowski, you sound like you what? Not Scandinavia, somewhere over there in the European nations. That's where your name background come from. But thank you for joining in. Thank you for having your input, and keep on having the input, because I can discern your mentality and your perception. Oh yeah, Polish. That's what I was thinking of, my brother. Thank you so very much. And that's Martin Braun. You don't need balance. You do the right thing and stop being a victim. Brother, I'm not a victim. I don't suffer from victimology. See, I don't owe you an apology, or I don't owe this system an apology. Really, you or this system and those that think like you owe us, not me. You not owe us no apology. You owe us. You owe us your foundation, because the foundation of the United Snakes of a hypocrisy, it has it comes from us. It comes from our labor, our free labor that was forced upon us. But you'll say, get over it. Stop playing the race card. We weren't playing. It was life. It was living. And y'all did what y'all did. When I say y'all, I say it stems from your family, your bloodline, from these hypocritical Niagathals that come out of caves and was against nature, was against everything, because that's what it is. Let me see. He has just hugging and saying his point. Let me see here. But anyway, let me get back to my subject matter, because I was pulled off, not off track, but I was pulled off my motion of consciousness, my consciousness of development or whatever, my mentality or whatever. You're right. I'm going to calm down, my brother. You're right. I know it ain't so serious. It ain't the end. It ain't never been the end when you're living like you're living. We living in this system. It's deceptive. We living in a system like it's so what? It's like the iron hand in the velvet glove. We live in a system that's it's social engineering. It's like, I know you read, both of you and the other brother, y'all should read the bell curve. The bell curve is like that methodology that they put into place from like stimulation experimentation, like the little girl on the wheel. See, that's what we be doing, because we've been manipulated and we've been oppressed so much that generation after generation, it's not in our mentality or anything like that. It's like that we have, not only us, but people like y'all too, like you too, or whatever, y'all also have been affected by this social narcotics called white supremacy and institutionalized racism, because y'all are used as pawns to be a buffer also between us and those that are multi-billionaires, like the people of this Carbo Nation or corporation. I'm talking about 13 families. I'm talking about the Rothschilds, the Mellons, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, all of them. There's 13 of them, along with the Vatican. And that's the reality. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve to print that fake money that we be killing and dying for. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve that tax this country for the fake money that they make. And it's not a part of the United Snakes of hypocrisy. It's a private corporation, just like the IRS is a private corporation. It ain't part of the United Snakes of hypocrisy. See, you can be caught up in that hypocrisy and it's supposed to be a democratic society, but it's based on a demonic concept from way back. It ain't just started today. This presidential, from 1776 to up to this period of time, it ain't nothing but a Masonic tribune. It's just a fraternity, a satanic club on a bloodline of hypocrisy. See, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you ain't fooling me no time, because I'm from a divine bloodline of melanin and carbon, and see, I'm part of the griots and the keeper of the story, and that's what I live for. I live for the love of my people. And see, that perception that you have that America is great and I need to slow down in the race car and all that, man, you know what you can do? You can can that, because in reality, I'm led by a divine decree that gives me the key to speak the truth. And I speak the truth and I live the truth, because the truth is given to me. The European society, or the Neanderthal, the deception that you teach, that you taught people generation after generation, it became a part of our psychic. But when you become psychic or supernatural, or you become knowing of the knowledge of who you are, and that you take on the knowledge of what was left by our ancestors, which you tried to block out. You through your methodology, through your CIA, that is a private corporation, through your FBI, that's a private corporation. All these private corporations. Where's the government? Where's the representation of the government? All you rich, supposed to be people that serve the people, but your interest is a self-interest. Your interest is a pollution, is a toxic. This so-called democratic system is a toxic. It's so detrimental and a deterrent to people's lives. And you play a game, and the game is hypocrisy. And I'm aware of it. It's a lot of people aware of it, but I'm just one entity. I'm just one person. I'm one person connected to every person through the energy of the Creator. And see, I know that the Creator is in me. I know that my body is a temple. And I know that my mind, my consciousness and subconscious is universal and always expanding. See, you can't take nothing from me. My insight is too in-depth. My knowledge is too in-depth. And see, I was never indoctrinated nor educated. I was taught. I was guided spiritually by my ancestors. And the truth of it is what I feel now. Lord have mercy. I mean, I need strength to hold myself back. If you ever seen the movies, The Debaters, it was a point in there, man. This brother said that y'all lucky. Y'all really are lucky, man, that the spirit of Nat Turner don't possess me, man, because of what y'all did to my people. See, I ain't one of them niggas. I'm a niggas. Y'all are the niggas, because we did the work in the field. Y'all raped my ancestors. Y'all cut the fetus out my ancestor's stomach when my sister was pregnant and stomped it. That's the mentality that you all, and then you lie about the story because you ain't got no story. You lie about everything and distorted where the confusion has set in and we got to reprogram ourselves and find our story. You lie about the Indians over here. The Indians was us. Ain't no dang on Indians. It's the Aborigine and indigenous, and we was the original of that. And now we incorporate and assimilate because this is the way, because this is how the system set up. But this system is set up on hypocrisy. If democracy was true, then it wouldn't be this situation that we in now. We wouldn't have to be going through got to take America back to greatness. If America, why you got to take it back? Where did it go? Where did the greatness of America go? It went, you know where it went? Because you couldn't control it like you really wanted. You didn't want us to be in the position of where we at now. Even though it's part still of the game, you let some of us come up, and then what? We got to go through rooms to sell our soul. If you do this, and then you sexually molest us for a few trinkets and all that in the games of trying to be somebody in this system, in the entertainment, the movie, all that. Man, come on, man. It's so satanic with your Masonic tribunes and all this, the closed doors and all that. It's bull crap. And your man, Shokobody. Yeah, man. I just can't deal with the perception of y'all concept of taking something back to what it used to be. If it ever was like that, it was because of us as a people, genuinely. It was our effort of trying to make it better for everybody, especially for us, because y'all used our bodies Y'all took our bodies, y'all scarred our bodies, y'all scarred our minds. And when I say y'all, I say your lineage, your bloodline, because the way they think is still part of your mentality and your spirit and your soul, because your spirit and soul, it's kind of hard to say if you have one. Because if you had a soul, how could you do, or your lineage, your bloodline, treat human beings the way that you done? This written, recorded history. Y'all took pictures. This how demonic y'all is. This how savage y'all mentality and your spirit and your soul is. Man, 1,000 y'all come to hang one man. And was laughing with glee and humor, had your children out there. So the mentality that you got is your nature is a part of a beastly nature. It's an ungodly nature. It's a devil, satanic nature that you created. See, you created this concept of God and the devil and all that, and you use religion to separate us, to divide and conquer us. See, but that's over with now. See, all the generations and all that, to get to this point where you want to take America back to being greatness. I'm going to say this, nigga, you got to take America back to when it was black, when it was us. And I'm talking about melanated control. I'm talking about the diplomacy of us with our spirit, with the so-called 500 tribes of the Native America. That's when America was great. When we was in harmony and peace with the land. When there wasn't no pollution, wasn't no toxic, wasn't no industries next to the water to pollute the water. All y'all did since y'all been in existence is polluted everything, distorted everything, stole everything, took everything, killed everything. If that's the greatness of America that you're talking about, or he's talking about, man, don't keep bringing up our ancestor Martin Luther King and this and that. Okay, we're cool. Whatever you say, man, about our ancestors, what they did or didn't do, it don't make no difference. See, your perception don't mean nothing to me. Your system don't mean nothing to me. This corporation of America don't mean nothing to me, because I know it's a corporation of England. I know that it's Cabo States, DC being the militaristic. I know that London is the financial. I know that the Vatican is the religion. I know Vatican is the most demonic people on the goddamn planet Earth, with their pedophiles, their bloodsuckers, the vampires, what they hiding under the Vatican over there. Our information that they stole. Again, this I like to say, excuse me. I like to say I apologize for my emotional outburst. But sometimes, it's just when you're dealing with devils in the mind, devils in the actions, devils in your bloodline, it sometimes overtake you or overtake me. Because, I'm just tired of the bull crap. I'm tired of the perception of this such a great old nation. I'm tired of that, this is our ancestors assimilated, integrated into this, thinking things would get better. It should have, with a righteous people at the helm, but we dealing with unrighteous people. We dealing with an unrighteous concept that they stole. See, they stole democracy and diplomacy. They ain't know nothing about this. They come out of jails of England. England sent the garbage over here on these ships through slavery. Can't you feel it? Can't you feel it? Man. The OJ said, right, ship ahoy, you remember that? See, our people in the music, in the drum beat, that's part of leaving the message of the pathway of our ancestors and stuff like that. And it says, truth is etched in stone, the truth will never change. See, I got that truth. And I ain't egotistical, self-centered, or arrogant or none of that. And I don't want nothing from y'all, man. If I ever became rich or something, you know what I do? I give that money away. I keep some for myself, buy me a home, a car, and all that. Open a business or whatever. But man, I give that money away. You got people on this planet Earth that can give everybody $1 million or $2 million and still want to hurt them. But will they do it? No. Why? Because the bloodline. They ain't nothing but vampire and werewolves. the concept of that. Look at it. What the heck is the Red Cross for all that blood? How can the Red Cross run out of blood? Because they're blood suckers. They suck the life out you. They're vampire millionaires, and that's what it is. The system is corrupt, based on corruption, and they steal everything, and then they manipulate everything. It's an illusion. See, y'all have the power to create a reality of illusion. You talk about my brother, you just mentioned that Martin Luther King didn't die for us. No, he died for a cause, and not because, like you try to input some old bull crap like you always do to distort the truth. But anyway, whoo, Lord. See, your words don't have no meaning. You put stuff out there to, try to sidetrack the conversation. But with everything it is in peace and harmony and direction. It's in the peace and harmony of the truth, the spirit of truth, the spirit by divine decree that's in me, the energy of the creator that's in me. Like the calmness of the hurricane can be so destructive. That's why what you're saying don't hold no water. It ain't even wet. But today is the beginning of a phase that we haven't been in a while. Because if you look at this election and all that, was prescribed, prescripted. They knew that Trump was going to be in office maybe 6 months ago before, when they were sitting at the desk over there with the black Jessup over there in Vatican. Those people that part of the corporation that put stuff in effect. And even during the election or the campaigning, both of them was over there with the black Jessup over there in the Vatican, having a meeting, letting them know this is the way it's going to be. See, the 13 families and all this, they control the thing behind the scene. They like the Wizard of Oz. And then see drugs and all that. That's the game that they come and they put drugs in our community and put us in a state of mind that we be like walking zombies, like we be walking with our eyes wide shut under robot control. And see, that's what we got to realize. We can't sell our souls to this demonic nation that's disguised and as diplomacy. But what it is a toxic nation with blood suckers at the helm. They vampire millionaires, I'm telling you. And the reason I say that, they got 800,000 missing children. They got 800,000 missing men and women. And the people that control the media is these same people that I'm talking about. These people that want to take stuff. That's their theme now. That's their theme, the name of this book or this script. The theme that they shout now, take America back. Take America back to what? Huh? You talking about take America? Who you talking about? What portion of America? You talking about these multi-millionaires or billionaires, or you talking about the laymen that you want to take back? You want to take the black back, or the I say the indigenous aborigine back? You don't want to go back that far. You want to come back when you took the land from the indigenous people? That's what what back are you talking about? In the 30s and 40s? When you had black law and Jim Crow and you terrorized the people, is that the black you're talking about, or is you talking about back during the gangster times when the gangsters was dealing with prohibition and stuff? What are you talking about? What period of America are you talking about that was great? Huh? Was it great for everybody or just a portion of people? What greatness is you talking about? This deception of greatness. Only time that I know things would be great when everybody is at the table of humanity with some sanity, not with insanity, not with the deception of you so deceptive, your creation of the devil and God. That's how deceptive you are. So you played a mind game, a spiritual game, and you played divide and conquer. Then you put drugs and alcohol in our community to have our equilibrium off. And then you put guns in our community. Then you create this materialistic attitude of wealth or aspirations of being like this and all these commercialized lies. Is this the greatness you're talking about? I mean, you can live good in America. You can have all your cars and your nice houses and all that. That's the manipulation. That's why the slave catchers, that's why they always have a new car, a new house and all that. As long as they stay in line, you got these people so scared, man. You got people like the marshals, these slave catchers down there. They be so scared. They be staying in line. People on jobs be so scared. They don't want to speak out or speak the truth. According to the amendment, we got the freedom of speech according to the fraudulent laws that you put in place. Yeah, but today is a great day. Because in this time, see, naturally, supernaturally, scientifically, in nature, the Creator has opened up to us consciousness, have opened up the energy, the frequency and vibrations naturally. See, what y'all have stole our information and turned it against us. We are the keepers of this information. We are the keepers of this planet. See, but y'all came into existence to resist the truth. Y'all are resistors of the truth and creators of the lie. Y'all are deceptive in nature. Y'all nature is a nature of a demonic accordance. Y'all in accord. And there you go with that Jesus stuff, man. Come on, man. That perception of, see, that's what you trapped our people in, that concept of Jesus. The J didn't come out until the 15 or 1600. So the personality of a J, or linguistically, you look it up. You got this daggone phone. Look it up when the J came out. So if the J ain't come out until the 15 or 1600, how did somebody named Jesus walk in that time frame that it did? It had to be something else or someone else. But so don't play games on me, because, see, I tell you this. See, I took my Kalima Shahada. I was born naturally. So I came into this realm naturally. Nature, right? So in time, I took my Kalima Shahada after going to church, after seeing the lie, the deception. You talk about Jesus and then you lie about him. See, when I was coming up, they had this so-called Jesus in a painting in our churches, right? But in your book that you said God, Richard, excuse my language, but in the book that you said that come from God, right? The so-called Bible of the Bible, it said that he's going to come back with hair of wood and feet of bronze. And you had a European picture of him talking about the Son of God or God himself. Come on, man. Who you think man, come on, man. That's natural. If you use your simplistic natural sense and stop walking around with your eyes real shut, your eyes, walking around with your eyes wide shut. See, these physical eyes ain't the eyes that you're supposed to see and see these lies. See, you got to go with your internal eye. You have to go with your third eye. You have to go with your third eye through the energy of the chakras and the kundalini. See, that's our natural prescription how to deal with these demons. See, don't talk that Jesus stuff to me, that Christianity stuff. This is what I was going to tell you. I took my Kalima Shahada in 81. I practiced Islam, but I didn't know what it was at first. I practiced that. And I was gun-ho Islamically. But Islam also don't do us justice. And then 2014, right? What I didn't do. Naturally, it just came through me. And I was just talking about the Kundalini and the chakra center. The energy of the Creator came into me to enhance my insight. And then I got saved and I got baptized. See, but I already realized the lies, because you already lied, because I picked that up a long time ago. So don't run no Christianity, Jesus stuff on me. That's a game you can play with those who walk around with their eyes wide shut, whose souls can be brought. See, but I walk from a bloodline of masterminds, of griots and spiritual warriors and mystical warriors. And see, I've been anointed in the light of Christ, because Christ ain't nothing but a title. So play the game with somebody else. And I'm a courageous journalist servant of the sovereign Lord. And I serve the Lord by serving my people. And I love my people. See, I ain't got to go in a steeple and none of that. All that, whatever. See, but the steeple, the masjid, the synagogue is right here. This body is that. And the energy that's in me is universal. So it covers every track that you want to talk about. It covers everything because it's all about nature. You lied about the Adam and Eve, that fallacy. Ain't no, how you going to bring some life from a man only if it's through his fellas? And you got to put it in the yoni, the canal of life. So in the concept of all the lies, we got to go black. We got to go black where the truth is etched in stone. See, I know that, and I accept that, and I believe that, and I live for that. See, knowledge is esoteric and arcane and all that. See, but you manipulate us and our thinking through our brain like a computer. What you put in it, it's got to come out in word, actions, or deeds. Excuse me, man. I'm just so tired of these Magnathors, cave dwellers in the modern day perception of what they believe and try to use on us and talk about playing the race game, and then they throw Christianity at us or Islam, whatever they throw at us, because we not unified in a universality. We need to be unified under one banner, man. Like Marcus Garvey put here, that's what we need to be unified on. And we can practice whatever we want to practice. Like Malcolm said, we come to discussion, leave your religion in the closet. It ain't about the religion, because the religion is a tool of divide and conquer. And I ain't nothing, right? I'm not a celebrity. I ain't rich and none of it. I'm just chosen. I'm self-chosen first and foremost by the Creator, and the self of me understanding who I am, understanding from within my inner verse. And see, your trickery and I'm talking about the system, not that these two European Nagathors or whoever, Braun and Molosky or whatever. Yeah, he talking about I flunk school. nigga, what you are. Don't tell, I'm talking about the N-word and all that, because you're a nigga, because you're European, you ain't do no work, you lazy, your bloodline lazy. We niggas. Yeah, I'm going to use the N-word. We niggas, kings, and a proud and majestic race. He talking about I flunked school. I apologize for getting sidetracked with these demons or whatever, but I did flunk school. I never graduated from school. Elementary, I didn't graduate it. Junior high, I didn't graduate. High school, I never graduate. Okay, so I never went to school. I taught myself through, when I was young, I read the Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat, and I used to read all the World Book encyclopedias. I did that when I was young, before I got 7 or 8. I was going through all that. No, I never went to school. I went to school, I had fun. I ran the halls. They used to call me whatever. I ain't gonna get into that. That's being sad. But you're right. You're definitely right. I don't know how you pick that up, that I flunked school. Okay, so I didn't go to school. I had never been educated or indoctrinated. But tell me why am I able to communicate and articulate like I am? I ain't been indoctrinated or educated, but I'm holding a conversation with you. You are communicating with me. And here it is. I don't know what type of degree you might got or whatever, but I don't have no degree. My degree is natural. I don't deal with no Masons. I don't deal with no occult stuff or none of that. But I do, because y'all twisted occultism up. Y'all turn it around into the practice of what it is now. The evil aspect that y'all created and brought into being. But when we dealt with voodoo or judo or anything like that, it was about healing. We healed each other with that practice. But y'all took it because you didn't know what you was doing, and you twisted it up and you called something up that you couldn't control. And you always been that way. You called up yourself because you're demonic. You got a demonic mentality. You come from the caves and you're Niagathors. And you're soulless, really. And I humbly apologize to the creator of the universe for getting in, disputing this with you, because it's all natural, it's all common sense and simplistic. But I'd like to thank you for bringing up my inability, my debilitation from this system that had a disregard for me. They passed me through the system thinking that I was going to be someone that didn't comprehend or couldn't discern or stuff like that. But what was wrong, see, I had learned how to read at a very early age. I was reading on a college level when I was younger or whatever, but that's not here. That's neither here nor there. We are talking about this great day that's going to be taking place. And this is the first day before the sun come up, as always, that I'm here. And you're here for some reason. I don't know who you is or what you is, but you're here for some reason. Why are you having input in the way that you're having input? This wasn't about that. It was about uplifting and perceptions being put into place that will bring about harmony and peace. It was about me and my people. I'm trying to plant seeds of healing of the hurt nature that my people or my brothers and sisters in my community had. But somehow or the other, the energy have brought you in to interject this nonsense at your mind's expense. See, what you saying don't even faze me at all, because I know who you are. I know you're kind. And your kind is unkind to, see, you're humankind, but we're humankind. You're a kind of man or kind of human. And see, your poisonous nature is just like it is. See, it's like United Snakes. That's all you is. United Snakes in of hypocrisy. You're a united bunch of snakes that base everything on hypocrisy, lies, and deception. This whole system is built on it. It's supposed to be democratic. It's supposed to work right. But it's all about business, man, all about money. And it's about fraudulent money now, because the money that they print don't have nothing to back it up. It's a fiat money, it's promissory note, and got no minerals to back it up. And when somebody want to put some mineral behind it, what you do, you murder him because you're murderous. You murdered Gaddafi. You murdered Humam Hussein. You murdered Usman bin Laden. You create situation. You kill your own people. You bomb the Twin Towers, and it's collateral damage. You did the same thing to the Lithuania. You probably sunk the goddamn Titanic. That's how demonic y'all are. See, your bloodline's like that. You ain't nothing but bloodsuckers and werewolves. All that concept and all that movies. You better be aware of these people, man. What a great day it is. You done made me feel good, though. And, man. But anyway, this is the day that this guy, the CEO, he's going to get inaugurated. You're going to play a political game with our lives. You're going to institute policies legislatively that's going to affect us. Affect our children, because it's part of the plan that they've been trying to put in effect for some time. I don't know what phase it is of this plan of the New World Order, but ain't this in line? New World Order, take America back to its greatness. It's a ham shame, right? This pork that they be talking about. See, but I be ham without the pork, because I be courageous journey servant of the sovereign Lord, and my perception of things is totally different, because I was chosen. Yeah, I was chosen. I did use the word self-chosen, because I know thyself. I know myself. And I ain't been educated nor indoctrinated. I ain't part of none of them fraternities. I ain't part of the Greek fraternity. I ain't part of... How you doing, my sister? Queen sister Lisa Kyle. That's right. Another matriarchy queen. Another beautiful sister that's going to stand up and be a leader. See, that's what we doing now. We making leaders. We're making leaders. We're not making it's a natural it's a natural descent from the apex, from the divine core of things, into this, making this descent into the abyss of this carnal world. And then we got to come up and take the middle path, right? So it's up, down, inside, out, right, that we're dealing with. And all this is like sciences. It's like supernatural stuff, is esoteric stuff, is arcane stuff and all that. But it's simplistic. It's according to nature. But like this, what they trying to do is through their law, the fraudulent law that we live under. And some of us live a whole lot comfortable than others. Some of us, we at the bottom of the totem pole, or we at the foundation, without, developing ourselves and developing our community and rising up. We got to, take information from our master teachers. Steve Coakley, you better look up Steve Coakley and, his job and his season. We still got Claude Anderson with his job and his season, economical development. We got to look up Ivan Van Sertiman, right? So we can get the real story, not his lies, because his lies is untruth, based on untruth, that they stole everything that they got and emulated or replicated, try to replicate us. They want to be like us because they know they ain't got the soul that we got or the understanding to do what we've done. We came over here, they beat and took and killed and raped, and they did everything because they want to be us, because they know that we are a divine people. And once we know that about ourselves, then we can rise up. This is the time to take America back to greatness. We have to take it back to greatness, not this deceptive political machinery. See, what they're getting ready to do it's whatever phase it is of this new world order, a plan that they got. It's been in effect for thousands of years. We got to go read the protocols of the learned elder of Zion, right? And then when you can see that everything that's in that book, it lines up with everything been going over the years. It takes years, but you can see it's a big gap for them get policies and all that. That's why when these legal politicians get into office, it takes so much time. That's why it's a waste of time. It takes time to get from one law to the next, because they got to do legislation and all that. It's some bull crap. It's all about money. It's all about business. And all they be doing is greasing each other palms, like these Jews over there in Palestine and all that, Jerusalem, whatever it is. They took those people's lands according to these people, according to the English and the American and the Vatican. People's in the this is the core of the corporation. And see, the CEO, the Rothschild, that's the CEO, and the Vatican. The Vatican. And the people here in America, this political thing, this president thing, all they is a figurehead. And you should have seen, you can see that now. Look how foolish and dumbfounded this guy, asinine, that this guy is going to be the leader of this country. They're going to have his hand on a goddamn button that can destroy the world. Man, I ain't even going to go into that. But they got the concept of taking America back to its greatness. And the only way the American go back to any type of greatness, if we take it black, we got to take it back into a melanated, matriarchy concept. That's right, we got to put the system and the sister back in the position of their statue of a natural, the natural state of things. The matriarchic order of the world is when harmony and peace existed. And we are the people of that matriarchic world in harmony with our sisters. The beginning of all life come through our sisters. So if you want to take something back, you got to take it black to a matriarchic, melanated, carbonated state of mind. Because energy you can't destroy it. It always was and always will be. And that energy and that substance is us. We come from ourselves. We created ourselves. And here we are. We stand this day and this time, 2017. They want to confine us in that time, in our mind. But if we go back beyond that time, which we have to do, to be in line with who we are, a divine people. We build pyramids, not only in ancient Kemet or so-called Egypt or other parts of interior Africa, in Sudan or Mali or whatever. We did it in South America, China, England, up and down America to Colorado. See, they lie. We got to get over the deception and know who we are. Divine people, we've been everywhere because we are everywhere. We're everywhere and everybody because those bodies come from our body, which is a universal body, divine body. And with that, I just want to say, in taking America back to its greatness, we got to prepare. We got to unify, organize, and develop an infrastructure. That's what we got to do as a people. We have to. And all of our great minds like Brother Abdul Rahman, he's from Ghana, a young brother, very intelligent. Like some of the brothers over here, a brother named Pharaoh, a young brother, very intelligent. But I don't like his vulgar language though. But other than that, the information he be putting out is on the one. And the elders or the older brothers, man, just because a brother is young don't mean he don't have a part or play in this. And our brothers like Umar and Brother Safety, very knowledgeable, man. Come on, man. We don't need to divide and conquer. We got enough of that. And I like to give shout outs to Brother Phil Valentine, the metaphysic master who deals with a comedic concept and very spiritual. Brothers like that. I mean, so many brothers that you can name that if we come together, all that energy coming together, and not only brothers, the sisters, all the sisters of the matriarchy queens. We come together. Look at that energy. We need the energy, man, that spiritual energy to bring us all together. We need Farrakhan. We need Willie Wilson. We need the Christian. We need Jeremiah Wright. These are iconic people that, you know, the energy that I like. But it ain't about me. It's about us. And we got to come together and say in the creator that we trust. Not in God we trust, because God, you turn around, is dog. And the only God that they believe in is the dollar bill and corporations. And we can't be part of it. We're a part of it. But like they say, be in it, but not of it. We've got to create our own. We integrate it and we assimilate it. And look at us. We like what they call cyborgs on the Star Trek or whatever. We can't be part of the mainframe. We got to be separate from that and create. We're a creator, so we got to create our own ideology and concepts. And while they're taking America back to the greatness of what they feel is greatness to them, to be oppressive of a people, to beat people and control people and have separate facilities and all that. I don't know what greatness they talking about other than it couldn't be that, because that's not great when you water hose women and children, sick dogs on them. You blow up a church. What greatness are you talking about? You assassinate leaders. What greatness, and you assassinate your own leader? What greatness is you talking about? What period of time are you talking about, Sir Donald Trump? What greatness could you be talking about when you multi-billionaires and all that, all y'all, the white haired boys, come together and control again and laugh with Glenn Human and have your sex orgies and all that and bringing the drugs in and just watching us sitting back, play basketball, football, and what is that brother name? Lynch, Marshall Lynch or whatever. See, you don't want people like that. You don't want people like a Dwayne Thomas. You don't want people like a Jim Brown. You don't want people like that, or Muhammad Ali. You don't want people like that. You want these clowns that's in the circus, these Negro pins. You want a Steve Harvey that's going to talk loud. Then when he talk loud and get called in front of the one he talk loud about, he come out, it look like he got a tail on his backside, acting like a cold what? I say a witch. I don't call him no name. I don't call sisters that name. But come on, man. This is watch the body language of these Negro pins who sell their soul. With that, I say, let's take America black. Let's take America black when it was great. We had federations on this land and everything was in peace and harmony. Wasn't no pollution. Wasn't no deception. We bartered and trade and the money was real. We used gold and silver. They took the gold standard off and took the gold over there to England or to the Vatican. Go get a search warrant to go over to the Vatican and see what they got in their storage thing bans under the Vatican. We need a search warrant, an international search warrant. Get the Interpol and go over there and do that. Get the CIA and go over there and do that. You can't do it because it's a sovereign spot of land. Like D.C. is a sovereign spot of land, and London over there is a sovereign spot of land because they're part of the Commonwealth states. Just don't take my words for granted. You got the apparatus to look up anything, because now when you say something to somebody, what is that? How you do that? And they look it up and all that. Do it on this stuff. Anything that I said that you saying, what am I talking about? Ask the Google. It's going to give you the definition of what it says. Commonwealth state, 13 families or whatever. Jesus, God, whatever, man. we got to become the creators again, man, and create a balanced society for everybody. We got to create a balanced society for everybody. We got to be brothers and sisters once again, man. We got to come from under this hypnotic trance that we've been in because of the drugs of the social narcotics of white supremacy and institutionalized racism, and with the Willie Lynch syndrome that we let this energy, this indoctrination come into our mentality that leads us and guides us. But we got to overcome that and be the people that the Creator wants us to be, unified in this energy, the energy, frequency, and vibrations that bring us together in a unified effort. And we're going to see what phase this is going to be of this plan that they got to implement of this new world order that they trying to put in place, trying to escape their fate because they dying out naturally. Our ancestor Francis Cress Welsing gave us that information based on white supremacy. Our brother, the Ghetto of the Poet, the village poet, with his wording in the Ghetto of the Minds that they took out of public domain because it was so deep. The last poets, Gil Scott Hearn, these are master teachers. We got to understand who we are from within. Understand the universe so we can have an effect upon this universe which these demonic mindsets have control over through the laws of nature that they stole from us. See, they corrupted it. When we had it, it wasn't. When we had it, we built pyramids. Put it that way. When we had it, we had harmony and peace. Put it that way. When we had it, humanity was in a state of greatness. When we had it. But when Magog and Magog come out of them hills, come out of them caves. See, they so foolish. If not them, if I don't know, they be talking about the Anunnaki and the Nephilim, but they so foolish that they write everything down. See, they don't have a griot that can tell you everything that's in a book and paint a picture upon the canvas of your mind, and you can see it clearly. Instead of having all the words that you can read and you can't still discern it, because you can't define it, because it is a lie, deception to mislead you. That's how he got his story told. He took the truth that was etched in stone and chiseled at it. They're doing that right now. If you go over there, you can see where they're chiseling the color out of it, depicting us and all that, and repainting and all that. But the truth is etched in stone, and we are that stone. We the foundation of life. And with that, I want to say, man, this first phase of what's going to be happening in this inauguration, they already was protesting all night. I guess not all night, but a few places downtown and all that. And a lot of people, those Europeans, Neanderthals or whatever, even though I just say this. If you got a John Brown mentality, I'm cool with you. Because John Brown, he sacrificed his sons, man. That was strong for a cause, not because. See, he wasn't caught up in that racist, demonic concept, even though he Neanderthal or whatever. It's a lot of those people got a good disposition and overcome the magician behind the curtain. They're calling the shots. But be ready for anything as we set back. And don't be a part of this time, because we didn't sacrifice so much for this in this realm. And what did we get for it? We got what we at now. That we become divided and conquered. We become like, I want to get this money before this or that corporation that I have. Or we be silent. And then we lay back because we got a position. Then we come out and like want to be loud. But we got to unify, organize, and come together. We got to be brothers and sisters. We got to overcome this killing each other. We got to be about loving each other and overcoming all the hurt and pain that was afflicted upon us by our outside force, but also by ourselves, upon ourselves, but it's all by design. It's all about the drugs in our community. It's all about the liquor stores in our community. It's all about attaining materialistic wealth instead of spiritual health. And we got to turn it around from within first. Again, I'm just a person that loves my people. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not rich enough, and my riches is my spirituality. That's my wealth. My lineal wealth is my riches. That's my wealth. My connection to my ancestors and my divine insight that's given to me divinely is no other way that it can be. I haven't been indoctrinated or none of that, or educated. I'm self-taught. And brother tried to attack me about not going to school, and no, I didn't go to school. Because there's a quote, right, from the last poets that I always remember when back there. It says that you sit passively in classrooms while they fagotize your mind. That's a heck of a strong concept. When I was going to school, and I'm looking, and I see all these people that was that away. From the preachers, from I guess politicians or people in leadership, but they kept it in the closet then. But they look at you and be, what the heck going on, But it ain't about that. See, that's what this America going back to greatness brings in to society, because that's what they do in their rooms behind closed doors. They it's based on a Roman society, so the orgies that they had back then, Caglicarus, that movie or whatever, that's what they do today in modern times, but they hide it. And those multi-billionaires, those blood suckers, that's what they do. And the Greeks too, they do the same thing. And the Jews do the same thing. And these are all the people at the head of the society. They sit behind the curtains and they have their hand up the president's ass. Excuse me for the vulgar language. I apologize. Excuse me. They have their hand up the president's back side or whatever, and had the strings attached. Y'all think that Trump is not part of that. Ain't nobody gonna go through this system that ain't part of it. They already talked about it over there in the Vatican and all that with the black jesters and all that, and the Rothschilds and all that, Federal Reserve and all that, international bankers. Who gonna do what and how they gonna do it? It's already conceived and perceived in their plans that they make, because they make 20-year plans, 50-year plans. See, they be planning all the time, but they really planning for their own demise. See, because we're on the divine rise. We're going to come into our own divinely. So that's why we can't get caught up in their game that they playing. Yeah, take America back to greatness, but it's going to be us that do it. Not by assimilating or integrating, because we've seen what that does to us and where we at now. It ain't about the right to sit beside somebody. It's a right to be a man and a woman, a free man and woman, not a straw man, not based on corporate or Montaigne law, talking about you got to be a citizen. I am a citizen. I am a universal citizen that represent the Creator. So therefore, my citizenship is universal, worldwide. And with that, I'd like to say that I love you, and let's make America great. Not great in the deception that it's been on. Let's make it great when it was great, when it was in harmony and peace, and it wasn't no pollution, wasn't no toxic waste or none of that. When we was in harmony and peace. Ain't nothing wrong with the modern technology and all that, the joy of getting here and there all fast in the car and having a big home and all that. But let's, be conscious of everybody, man. We got to be helpers of each other, man. We can't look at and talk about each other. We can't get them $500 pocketbooks, ain't got but $3 to put in them. We can't be commercialized. Our aspiration can't be distorted, so they can't be realized. We got to plant seeds of production in our youth and our young seeds so that they can come up with self-esteem and direction in their life. So if we catch our young seeds younger and be parents and be extended family members, maybe we won't have all these killings in our communities. we got to talk to our young adults, man, and say that ain't the way. I mean, a couple of dollars or getting girls and having sex and all, man, that ain't the way. The way is coming together as niggas, kings and queens of a real royal thing and perception. Elevate your mind so that you can elevate your spirit. And if we do all that, we be in harmony and peace, man. Through love. We got to promote love. Got to change our speaking, our language, and our thinking. We got to come together, uplift each other. And I beg of my young brothers, put down the gun unless you're defending ourselves against our natural enemy. We don't need the slave catchers in our community. We control our community. Let's develop our community ourselves as a united people. Let's show the world an example of a people to lift themselves up and came in accord to making things great with ourselves first and our community second. And don't get caught up in the hypocrisy of this political system. Only way it's going to work if we work it. Not on the inside, but on the outside. If we're working on the inside, we're working for the development of the outside, which is supposed to be. But anyway, with that, I want to rest. I want to tell myself that we got to come together on all levels of this process. I can say democratic in a diplomatic way, but in reality, it'll be a deception because that's what it is. It's hypocrisy because it's based on fraudulent laws and stuff like that. Laws that they change anytime, like the voting rights laws and all that. We got to vote on that again coming up very soon. So just be aware and be watchful that this is the beginning of the first phase. We got to see what's going to go on the day down that inauguration. What does it escalate to? Because you got to look out for the seed of anarchy in the police state. I was kind of concerned about a race war, but I don't think it is going to go that far. Possibility, though, but we just got to be watchful. Watch yourselves, my brothers and my sisters, because the vampire millionaires got these elusive vampires that don't know nothing. They ain't got no guidance. We seen the movies, man. It's a hierarchy. You got to watch it. You know, it's the same way in this political demonic system that we live under. Not saying it's all bad, but it definitely ain't all good. With that, I want to say, I love everybody. That's everybody. And get behind somebody and tell them that you love them today, hug them today, and give peace. Assalamu alaikum, hotep, ashe, amen. Say alhamdulillah to all of us, Christian, Muslim, and Jew, that's melanated. In love, I say this, in earnest love. We got to come together. We got to assimilate with us and escalate and be true to us as a people. Uplift us. Develop us. We in this system, but we ain't got to be of it. We got to develop our own system. And with that, I say to tomorrow and everybody that tuned in, I hope we got something out of it to chew on mentally and discern what was said. Not only by me, but those people that tune in and write certain stuff and all the assaults that they sent my way. But I love it. I love it. But see, I am hero, the hero of my people. See, what you say to me, it makes me smile and laugh because I know what I did. I tickle your finger. I tickle your foot. I got a reaction from you because you know the truth is what it is. With that, I say peace, power, and love. A divine love that's sent from within and above, from the apex and the abyss, from all in between. Our dome, the universe, always expanding. And as we grow and continue to grow as a people, melanated people, we know the enemy going to attack us, right? My brother Dante, what's up, my brother? Always love, respect, and honor. I hope you can read all these posts that the demonic people send at us or send at me, but I am us. Because I don't represent me, because it ain't about my ego. I ain't self-centered, and I ain't arrogant. It's about us. My connection synergically with all of us. But have a great day. And just read some of these posts. He called me a hater. Yeah, I do hate the untruth that y'all presented. I hate that the concept you're going to take America back to when it was great. Man, think about it. Have a great day. Love y'all. Until tomorrow, when I rise, or if I rise, if the Creator chooses to put me back to fight against these lies. The breath of life, fresh air.